Hey, in the mood to do a little art, so I thought why not have you join me a little live. It seems to be what we're doing lately, so we've all been doing a little live, so we're going to get a little live. I may not easily see what's happening in chat, so I'm going to go grab my iPad so I have a second source to see chat. So one moment. Okay, so I'm back, and I went to get my iPad, and it's stone cold dead. So that's not going to help us. That's not going to help us. But this is a quickie anyway. Before I went on, I already prepped my book, and I grabbed a few. These are dry. I grabbed a few brushes, and I grabbed what else did I grab? I grabbed some paints, like I did a little palette. My work desk is like amazingly terrible, and you're at an angle to see what I'm doing because I haven't. Oh, the thing I have. All right. I apologize if you get a little seasick for a few minutes. Okay. So I'm trying to give you something that feels a little more overhead, even though it's to the side of me. Don't know. The plus of what I have is that it's very strong and hard to move. The minus of what I have is that it's very strong and hard to move. Okay. And that I must make my life easier somehow. Let's see how I make my life easier. Okay. Let's go here. Go on to the flash. Let's see if this works. I don't really want to download a whole bunch of things, and then I also don't want a whole lot of feedback. So I gotta control, sorry, elbows slowly across everything. And we'll see what happens. Hey, Egg! Welcome. So I've put it on my computer. Hello. So that I can see, and put it on my MacBook so I can see what's going on. I am avoiding. Hopefully you can hear me well. Hi, hey Noodles. I mean, is it hot enough for you, Noodles? Oh my goodness, it's so roasting here. It's so roasting that I felt like I want to do something I want to do something that's just relaxing and keeping me from doing my homework. Let me be an honest person here. I have a lot of homework to do. One of my classes is a shortened class. I really should be working, and frankly, I'm not. And that makes me a bad girl. But that's where I am. And I'm going to own it. So, I have a couple of brushes that I'm using. I mean, they've seen better days. I like this shape, but I don't like how it's feeling. Then I like this one, which is bigger than I would like it to be. Don't know if I'm going to use that. And I don't have a little thing of water, so I need some water. Can you hear me? If you can't really hear me, please let me know. Or if my music is a little loud, I have AC going, I have music going, I have, I don't have a mic. I'm just using my cell phone, really, because again, I should be sitting here doing my work, and I am here talking to you. Okay. Let's see what happens. I could always put I have my Bluetooth. I don't know if it'll pick that up instead of the other thing, but I just wanted something that kind of sounded regular schmegular. I wonder if I do this the long way, what it'll look like. Because I see I think it'll just stay very letterbox, even if I not letterbox, but very, like, yeah, whatever you would call that, because of the, just because of the way that a phone is set up and what it captures. Oh, there we go. Not sure if you were hearing me. I just turned this like way up. I turned my phone up, so maybe now you hear me a little better. Hopefully. Not sure. Oh, okay, can't do that. So close. Not looking to do that. It won't let me do that. Okay, close that. Don't know if you can hear me or not, and I can't really. How do I? Hey, Wags. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Can't even tell. And I should put it on my, oh, hell yeah, hells yeah. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for subscribing to my shit show that shows up very infrequently. Thank you. 5 by 5. Excellent. I am in the middle of avoiding my homework. And this is how I decided I was going to avoid my homework. That I have a lot to do and I need to focus on because I don't want to fail my class. But yeah. But you're going to lurk. Okay. Thank you for the lurk. Enjoy. This was really going to be kind of like a doodle. I got this book. I thought it was so nice. It's all bound by this leather strap, and it has the pages that I think are so cool. And I wasn't sure what I was going to use this book for. And then recently I subscribed to an art class online. Why did I do that? Because it gives me the perfect reason to not do what I need to do. So that was like bad idea at the moment. A good bad idea, but it's summer. I probably should have just taken the summer off from classes. Didn't do that either. which would have been a good idea, but here again, good, bad idea. And I need to do some more. So these are the colors. And basic, I mean, these are Dollar Tree colors. Because I'm practicing, and I didn't need to buy amazingly great colors because I'm not there yet. So I have a well, the gold I bought was really good. I got that at Michael's. But just the rest of these colors are just the Dollar Tree Richard Acronology Premium. I'm putting up quotes on that one. Premium acrylic paint, multi-purpose, non-toxic, water soluble, you know, in a pink. I have a birthday coming up, and I have a few friends that are taking me out to and thank you for the stretch because I really needed it, and I'm sitting poorly, so again, thank you for the stretch. I have my water and my because he is my heart. I am moving away from, for many, many reasons, I am moving away from the puzzle pieces. You know, one reason of which is I don't think he's missing anything. And the community feels like the puzzle piece means that something's missing. And they're a whole person. We go person first, and diagnosis second. So person first, he is exactly who he's meant to be. And discuss socially, emotionally, physically, how we can support and how to make the world more accessible and not you're broken and you have to fit into this. It's you're you, and what do you need in order to reach your fullest and live your best and all of those things. So then back to Off My Soapbox. Then this was one of the others that, again, from Michael's Crafters Square acrylic paint. And then my gold, if I can put my hand on it, or any of them, is the Craft Smart. I don't think I'm using the light gold this time. I think I'm using the other gold. But it's a Craft Smart Ultra Surface, Ultra Bright metallic acrylic paint. So, multi-surface. So that's what I'm using. I'm not sure how I'm going to use it. I don't know what we're going to end up with when we're all done. But so and so. There we are. I really need a little bit of water. Be right back. So we got a little guy of water. Okay, there we go. Noodles, I hope you're keeping cool. It is so hot. I have my AC going. Everybody in my house has retreated to their neutral spaces because it's hot out. I'm just going to adjust a little bit, I think, here. think that's as good as that's gonna go. Maybe that's still too, that might be still too, because then when it settles, it's like, I don't know. Okay. At any rate, so I've been practicing some little roses, some abstract roses, with like some kind of leaf action. Let's bring that down there. I can leave these up there until I need them. Maybe what we'll start with is the dark pink. So I'm 6 classes away from completing my degree, and I don't know, do you get to this point sometimes where you're nearing the finish line and then all of a sudden all the self-sabotaging behaviors begin? I don't know what it is that's happening with me right now. It's feeling like that. What we're gonna do is just make a whole bunch of kind of, I think, little seeds. I'm gonna leave some space because we're gonna go through and I'm so sorry. Let's take that off, some of that off of there. And let's go to the light. I should start with light to the dark. Let's go into the light pink. But yeah, I've been feeling lately, my mom has completed her degree and my son has graduated from middle school. We just went to the graduation last night. So proud of him, so proud of him. And maybe I'll make this a little wider because then I'm going to go in with a darker color. And I feel like originally I too was supposed to graduate this year, and I had a couple of semesters I took off. I really should have stopped working and focused just on that back when I had a chance to do that, and I didn't. This is a new thing for me. I don't do a lot of acrylic painting. So this is really just you seeing me try things. It is me. Hey, how are you? You are not hallucinating? I am still here. I'm here. I mean, I'm not here playing magic. I just, school has been consuming. And I started a new full-time job. I mean, I haven't been on the Saturday synth. I haven't been in Sunday sessions. I have kind of disappeared. I love watching everybody, but I have not been doing my thing. And I miss talking with everybody. Go around. We're attempting to do some almost like a acrylic doodles. Maybe that's what we'll call them, acrylic doodles. And now I'm working full time, and then I'm trying to finish up my degree, and I still kept one of my part-time jobs because I had 5 of them, and I literally had 5 of them, and I got rid of 4 of them when I got this full-time job, and I kept the one. Well, when I first got it, I kept 2, and then one of them just kind of wasn't enough work, so that ended that. And then now I have this last one that was the summer. It's mostly summers, but it's like April to. I work at a ballpark, baseball park, which was really from opening day, which is end of April, beginning of May, until, if you're with a good team, possibly November. When you're not with a good team, not so much. And so I've been enjoying that. I'm in New York. Let's go Mets. And I've had a hard time of letting that one go, and I probably should have let it go. But I love the people I work with, and I would miss them terribly. So emotionally, I was not ready to let go of that job, even though I probably should have. And my new job is really using what I'm going to school for, so it's very fulfilling, but it's very time consuming, and I don't know, it gives me a place to justify in my mind, oh, I don't need to finish this degree, I'm already doing what I want to do. And I didn't go back to school to get a degree to get a job. I went back to school for myself when I found something that I really loved. And though I was doing it, I wanted to add the theory behind it in my mind to lean on. And so I started down this road, and it's been a while. Like, I already had plenty of credits from when I was in my 20s and went to school, but decided I wanted to go back, take those credits, use them, apply them to this, and finish what I started in a way. It's not exactly what I started. I started out studying special education, and it's so funny to have come full circle and be doing special education things again. Clearly it's somewhere where my passion is and where my abilities are. So it's nice when what you love to do is also what you're good at doing. Imagine. Yeah, it's been a month. I looked on, and I haven't been I haven't streamed in a month. When I say I stopped playing Magic, like, I have, honestly speaking, I must have 20 commander decks easily, thousands loose cards, I have so many people that were looking for me to come to. I have my local game store does a Monday night play. I haven't been in forever, and I really would like to, but I haven't. Just, it's been weird mind time. It's been a weird... Captain! The captain's on deck. Hey. I'm online trying to get my mind right. As I said to everybody, I should be doing my homework. I've got plenty of it. I am... After the 2 classes I'm taking this summer, I have 4 classes left to graduate, and I'm so ready. I'm ready to graduate. I don't know why I'm rushing graduating, because I'm going straight into my master's. But, never too late to go back to school. And I mean, the thing that they don't tell people is that, yeah, I do need to do this. I needed a mental, even though I'm totally going to pay for it in my grade because I've got stuff that's late due. And some teachers take late work, and some teachers do not. And some teachers do not. And that's life. Choices. Choices. Um, um, I know because my hand is in the way. Sorry, just because of the angle of the phone. Um, I'm tired. It's hot here in New York. I'm sure it's hot where you are too, Captain. It's just it's like late July today here in not even summer yet officially. And I paid for this art class online. And I was saying earlier, I don't know why, because it's just the thing to totally give me an excuse to not do my work, which is terrible. Um, and so here I am, and the rain doesn't help. It's like it rains, and you're like, oh, good, it's going to rain, it's going to thunder, and it's going to take the moisture out of the air, and we're going to be like good. And you're good for like what? 2 hours? And it's like, oh my god, why is the weather doing this to us? And it's like everywhere. The weather is like ridiculous everywhere. Um, yeah. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, mix a little. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in my head. I don't know what's going on in classes. My son graduated, like officially had his graduation, middle school graduation yesterday. Amazing, amazing. I'm so proud of. He worked hard. Um, he got an award from our local congressman, which is so nice. Um, Wonderful achievement. And you can't do yard work when it rains. I'm so happy someone else does the yard work here, and I'm just like, oh, the guy's by to do the grass. How lovely. Because I can't, and I won't. You know, I'm not a garden person. I could keep that. Just getting lost in some painting. Yeah, no. My mother loves the digging the grass and her worms and whatever. And listen, the closest I get to you want me to turn on the hose and water something? Okay, you got it. But that's all you got from me. That's all you got. You ain't getting not another thing. I always love catching everyone who streams. I do love catching your streaming, even if I don't say anything in chat, because sometimes if it's during the day or I'm in the middle of something, I'm just listening and I can't really respond. But you all keep me going, because sometimes there are like some tough mental days, and I, as a younger person, I did not experience like anxiety of any kind, not at all. Um, could sympathize, but could not empathize because I just didn't know it. I didn't know it, and I think after 2020, it's so weird. I don't think it was a 2020 thing. It's that in 2020 I turned 50, and I think it's definitely a menopause thing. Um, it's an age thing. You know, as a younger person, I was much more fearless. I do not feel fearless. Uh, what happened? Did you really? 12 hours. And you know, the time could just fly. The time flies. And you're just like, was I really on that long? Like right now, I started this and I was like, oh, maybe I'll be on 20 minutes. I'll do some flowers and I'll hop off. It's already half an hour. It's already half an hour. Once you get going and you're on and you're just, you know, you're just vibing. It's like, wow, look at that. Some people it lasts for years. I just, oh my god, I'm one of those people. It's like, come on, like the chickens are done. There's not one egg. Don't come this way. There's not one egg left in the hen house. It's just enough already. Enough already. Forget the way you all feel now in a heat wave. That's the way I feel all the time. Who can tell the difference? It feels the same. It's like turn the AC on. Poor husband is shivering in the corner. He's like, it's cold in here. I'm like, what are you talking about? I can't even. You're gonna have to freeze because I cannot take off another piece of clothing. You know, first of all, I'm not a go to bed naked person. That's just a how I grew up thing. You put on pajamas. You don't go to bed naked. Oh, I got ink on my thing. You don't go to bed naked. Period. Couldn't change it if I tried. It's baked in the cake at this point. And then it was just like, oh my god, I'm so hot. I can't take off anything else. I gotta go to sleep in something. And now it's like it's so weird. It's like a weird thing, right? Same, right? It's just I had to wear something. I don't know. Maybe it's a Gen X thing. Maybe it's like we grew up and you got to be ready. Somebody in the house, I got to be ready to jump. I got to be froggy. And being used to being on your own. When you latchkey kid, you got to stay froggy. I got to know. I got to know, right? It's like, oh, I don't know. Maybe it's a mental thing. I don't know what that is. All I know is it's like, oh, hell no, hell no. A little more water. Yeah. It's so odd. They don't understand it. We was on our own, parents was working, me and my brother, and you better be able to handle your business. Handle your business. I don't know, it's the weirdest thing. I've been watching those videos where they have the poor girl, I don't know if she meant to get it started like that, but poor little redhead girl wears glasses. I don't know her name because as much as I've tried to search for the original video, because once you see somebody reference a video that much, I like to give the person who did the original video some views, because people are getting views and clicks and likes, and you're not benefiting from it. So I like to try and find the original video, but I have not been able to find it. But she sits there and she goes, Gen X is the worst. I'm like, girl, this generation, as much as I love you, your feelings are wearing me out. Do not call for us, because yes, we are the ones who play in the woods at night. We don't call somebody to help us. We're like, come here. Let me talk to you in the corner. We all have words, and this generation, I love you. I love all the things you bring to the table. I love how you make us look at some of our bullshit in the light that it needs to be looked at. But that's right. We know how to survive. That's exactly, Captain. We know how to survive. And it wasn't even an option. It was like, and you're going to survive because mama got things to do. So here's the key. Here's you and your baby brother. When you get in, lock the door. You remember those locks? We had locks that locked the other locks. You had the bolt lock, not that little slam lock. You had the slam lock. Then you had a bolt lock, right? That you saw it go boom into the. Then you remember the one with the bar? You remember the bar? Boom, do the bar rolls. That was in the ground, and it was like that was a physical. And then you always had a lock that you could not unlock from the outside. Do you remember that, Captain? There was always a lock that you with the hole in the floor. Yes, with the hole in the floor. And then there was one that you could not unlock from outside because it was always one lock. You could, cause wait, when you lived in apartment buildings, it was like, does the super have the keys? Because I need one key, but super can't get in my building. Come on, come with it. And if you ever lost that key, everybody had to get new keys. And all the locks had to, You want somebody to lose their minds, lose one key. And it's like, where'd you lose the key? Did you just like drop the key? Were you in the house and you can't find it? Were you out the house? Can't take a chance. Change all the locks. Change all the locks. Oh my goodness. Too much. Oh, wait, what the time is? What did I miss? What was that? You see, I can't have a therapist that's got to do research to relate to me. Again, I'm well-meaning, and I love what you do, and I appreciate. But I need to say things, and you go, got it. I should have did some of this white first. I need you to say, yeah, got it. That's a little. It's a little much if I gotta. I don't know if I gotta explain it. Of course you had to. That you protected your stuff. That was your stuff. That was your stuff. And then I put it right in that black that was on the sides. Silly me. Okay, there we go. So interesting. I love, sometimes you do need that perspective though, but if you have to go searching and then you gotta, alright, and then say a word, raise a scenario, that city, alright, yep, and they have no frame of reference. It's like, okay, wait a minute. At least, they did their homework. Do a little homework. Come back to me. Come see me. Do a little homework. And then let's talk again. Let's talk again. Do a little homework. Hold a lot more green going there. You see, when you put the black, it muddies it, and you don't really want a muddy green, right? I don't know about that green, but that probably looks like it'll work. You see, we appreciate a quick wit. We appreciate that. I don't know, sometimes, you talk to some people and it's like, are you understanding the words that are coming out of my mouth? You, you, you with me, Simpkins? No? Oh, okay, okay. Never mind. Never mind, let's keep it moving. So I'm trying to have some kind of, I don't know, I'd like it to be a little brighter because this is a really bright, these are bright. Sorry, as I'm sitting here mixing, I'm getting like lost in the mixing. Yeah, I think I screwed that one. Let's have a lot more of that. Too much black in that. That looks like leaf or looks like toothpaste. Alright. Let's come over here. That was kind of looking like toothpaste. So, at any rate, here I am. They are always on their phones. Their feelings, the feelings. It's like I don't wanna negate their feelings. Because I'm always like, you have a right to feel exactly the way you feel, and you don't have to justify it to anybody. But man, keep on coming up against it. Y'all got a lot of feelings. I think because we just come from a generation that's like, okay, those your feelings. Well, you got 5 minutes to feel it, and let's move on. Because we still got stuff to do. Google everything. Yes. There's something to be said for we have protected our children, right? Got my boy. This crap I don't want him to go through. So I have frankly protected him from going through it. But your masterpiece is in your mess. And you gotta go through some mess. I mean, come on, let's break a few eggs here. It can't all be perfect. And it's not gonna all be perfect. And that's life. Life is hard. It's not like life is not supposed to be hard. This is the nature of life. That's not a bad thing. Failure's not a bad thing. You get back at it, shows you how much you wanted it. If you don't bother with it, means it wasn't worth your time anyway. I feel like that about dating too. If you don't spend enough time dating, let it get hard, and then find out, do I still want this person even when crap is hard? I mean, me and this green are not getting together here. I did a green last time. I loved it. I'm just not getting there again. I'm going to have to buy a green that I like. Me and mixing are not that happy. That green's a little better. You gotta, how do I know? I mean, come on, Captain. For real, right? For real. I'm with my husband 26 years. There are days I say to myself, I would have done less time if I killed him. But and however, I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy right now. But you gotta go through some shit. Stop expecting shit to be easy all the time. That's my problem with that's my problem with The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. And don't even get me started with the fucking Golden Bachelor. What the fuck? Aren't you old enough to know that don't work? And then they still fucked it up? I mean, y'all fucked it up good. And didn't last more than a month? 30 days? 40 days? You're too damn old to not have seen that coming. Come on. Too old to not have seen that coming. Bachelor don't work. Why does The Bachelor not work? For same reason. Well, The Bachelor doesn't work. They don't work for the same reasons, but for similar reasons. The Bachelor don't work because once you get tired of dealing with one bitch's shit, because there's another one right there, I ain't gonna deal with that. I could put that on the shelf. Let me go over here and holler at this one. Oh, you ain't coming at me right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and just let me move it on. See how. Okay, let me put you to. Okay, I like that one. Yeah, okay, I like the way that one dressed. Okay, I like that the way that one come at me. All right, it's a. A good part of that is due to the fact that I'm living in the same house. So, yeah. The rest is also, yeah. That's tough, I have to say, I've always said, if I lost my husband, I'm not getting married again. I'm not doing this again. Shit is hard. This is hand-to-hand combat. Don't keep thinking that being with somebody is like dating somebody. It's not. It's not the same. The reason it's not the same is because once I married you, I said I'm in it. I'm in it. You got your wife. I'm in it. Let's do this. And then to start over. Build a new relationship. Build a new, Well, there's nothing like privately talking to all of the internet. Let's have a private conversation here with all of the internet, all at once, to live in perpetuity. At some point, the aliens will come down and find a copy of, because I don't know. Do I want another one? Do I want another leaf here? Something that goes off the side, right? Yes, here. Enjoy my pain. Here. See that? Dried nicely. Well, at any rate, this is me experimenting anyway, so how it comes out is how it comes out. Dating and you have a fallback. This is why you date one person at a time. Because if I have shelter to run to when the hard times come, when the annoying times come, when the way you chew right at this moment is annoying the shit out of me. Please get out of my face right now. Then I'm never going to find out whether that was just a momentary thing, whether I was just being shitty thing, or whether there was something real. And I need to say, nah, okay, I'm good. We good. We can move it on. We're good. But when it's just one person and you keep going back to it, and it's just like, well, damn. Not I'm going back to it and I'm torturing myself. Please hear me. Somebody shows you they don't want you. Don't make them tell you twice. Don't make them repeat themselves. One of my good friends has had a mistress since he was in his teens. That's a tough one. All right, now, don't come bringing the outliers in, because that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother. Captain, come on now. We're trying to talk to the young ones. Don't be giving them. The young ones need black and white. Don't be coming in here with shades of gray. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. They gotta get the regular lessons, and then you can come back with the. But I had this one. What had happened was. Gray in your paintings, not gray in your life. Not gray in your life, because you have to be mentally tough. You can have gray in your life, but you want that scenario. You had this love of your life, but for whatever reason, it was like, couldn't make that official. I couldn't make that the legitimate one. I had to go do this thing over here, and I'm not sorry for this choice I made over here with this person, but that person right there, that's my I'm not even going to ask for what they call that stupid things, because we didn't bother talking. That's my hall pass. Give a fuck about hall pass, but you young people, y'all like labels on things, even though you keep saying how y'all don't like labels, but whatever. So that's my hall pass over there. But they love the label. I mean, come on, that's a whole nother stream. I'm gonna need an extra hour just for the labels. Sometimes you just have a situationship with a person. I always tell people there's 3 parts to a relationship. You have a friendship. Do I like you? Could we just hang? Could we just sit around, talk shit, laugh the hell? Like the whole day over stupid shit. Over nothing. Over looks. You give me a look and I'm going to bust out laughing. We have a friendship. There are times my husband and I, we could be arguing. And one of us would just say, well, fuck you. And then crack up laughing. And all of a sudden, whatever it was over. It's over. It's moved on. Doesn't matter. We already know that whatever that was just bullshit. That was somebody had their panties in a bunch. All right, untwist yourself. We gotta move on. Whatever that is. But you have a friendship. And you gotta work on that. And then you have a romance, which is so different from your friendships. And P.S. ladies, those who identify as ladies, because we have to qualify stuff now. You know what? If you find yourself in that category, just jump in, all right? Ladies, jump in. I'm not blocking anybody from jumping in. My best friend is not my lover. That's not my best friend. My best friend's the person I bitch about my lover to. Just is. Just the way it is. Now, mind you, I qualify that person so deep. My person that I bitch to, I've known for 40 years. So not just anybody gets that bitch. But that's somebody else. That's somebody else. That's not that person. My love is not my best friend. Just is. But you have that relationship. Totally different. There are plenty of times you was like, I can't stand your ass, but I'll sleep with you right now. But I can't stand you right now. But I still gonna break a piece off for you. But when we done, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. See, say best friend. Look, I have been friends with since high school. Since high school. And we're not young, so it's been a minute. It's been a minute. She knows my bullshit. And I had a male one too. He knows my bullshit. When I need somebody to say, we are 40 years deep in this. When I need somebody to call me on my shit, and I don't want my lover to call me on my shit, they're the person who, you know. It's like, I hate you right now. I'm gonna let you scratch this, but that don't mean I don't still hate you right now. Oh, Goofy. See, that's some good shit. And then the other part you have is like a financial. I have a financial partnership, which is not related to either one of those other things. Our financial partnership is, we've agreed that this is how we're going to spend, and this is how we're going to build, and this is how we're going to navigate life. Because again, life is tough, life is hard, and life doesn't care. It don't care how you feel, it don't care how you've been treated, it doesn't care what you wanted, it doesn't care. And you have to plan for the rainy days, because the rain is coming. Rain is always coming. It's never not gonna rain. And if you're living life for it to not rain, and sometimes it's gonna storm. It's going to storm, and you'll be like, damn, can I catch a break? No, because life don't care. It's like, what? This is how we do it. Time to man up. Time to, okay. I got a lot of toxic phrases. Again, I'm a Gen X. Time to person up doesn't really do it. I'm not meaning anything by it. Damn it, I mean. Whew, again, in the feelings, in the feels. Go on. Yeah. I had a time. Brother passed away. I could not get pregnant for nothing. All I ever wanted was a huge family. I have one biological son. All I wanted was a huge family. And it wasn't happening. It wasn't happening. And I had to come to a point where I said, do I want my relationship? Or do I want a kid that isn't even here? Am I going to give up everything for a kid that isn't even here and may not be mine to have? You got all your dreams. Some of those dreams aren't going to happen. If no one told you, I'm going to tell you, because it's not fair for you to not know. Some of them dreams not going to happen. And it's okay. And you are allowed to mourn those dreams. But not going to happen. Sorry. I had to sit down and tell my mama that's not in God's plan for me. My mother, who had lost her son young, so he never got married. He never had kids. He didn't have it. And now I had to turn around and tell her that she wasn't going to have any grands. Because I wasn't going to sacrifice my relationship to keep putting my husband through it. IV and shots and all. We're done. We're done. And my mother, oldest of 5. My father, oldest of 4. Big families. And here's life. Don't care. Life kept going. Finally got pregnant. Was due on my brother's birthday that had passed. I was like, I could give this unexpected, after I had stopped. We had stopped trying. Give this unexpected gift to my mother. Lost the baby. You see, at 10, you need your mom at 10. You need one person in the world that's just like, fuck it. You and me. It's you and me. I lost the baby. Over stress. And over a whole nother thing. I'm going to throw this in. Because, I'm like all over the place today with the conversation, right? What the hell? We just all over the place. Where am I going? Losing the baby. I'm stressed over shit I'm going through with my man. Again, that's life. Life was lifing hard and not caring. And here you are with this baby. That's a miracle. Without help, here it is. And it's like, instead of, and this is why I say your man is not your best friend. Instead of turning to my best friend, as I should have, who would have put things in perspective for me because she knows me, I decided going to keep it to myself. Don't want to tell the family. Don't want people to think differently of the person who I've chosen. I'm not getting rid of. I love. We're not going nowhere. I didn't know. I had no idea the stress could send you to the hospital. I didn't know that. Again, if life never told you, stress will send you to the hospital. Stress will kill you. You gotta have somebody that you can talk to. In your life, you gotta pay, however that works for you. You can't keep it in. Keep a journal. Keep a journal. Keep a journal. Tell it to the paper. Tell it to somebody. Don't keep it in. It's toxic. But I kept it in. Protecting everybody but myself. That doesn't mean throw people to the wolves. It just means you need what you need. And, oh, thank you. You need what you need. And what happened? Lost a baby. Over stress. Now, because my husband and I have a friendship, we have romance and we have a financial, relationship, agreement, partnership, I feel like one of those things could not be working and you could still go on. Two of those things can't be working. I can't hate you and you broke. Because, frankly, I don't want to sleep with you. You can't be broke and we not. You see, I'm trying not to be vulgar, but you can't be broke and we not sleeping together. What the hell is that? I don't sleep with people who are just my friends. And all we got is money going on. I don't like you and I don't sleep with you. That's not gonna work. Not gonna work. Not gonna work. Two of them things got to be going on. We could be friends and money could be right. And oh well, we're not sleeping together. Hey, it's all right. As long as that's a mutual agreement, I can work with that. I can work with that. You in that for about a year. Listen, shit happens. I learned a lesson when I lost the baby. I learned a lot of lessons. I learned life lessons, and learned to rely on my girl more. Um, Rely on my intuition more, on myself more. I was 35. I'm not a young person, but should have known a couple of things, but that made me really know them. And I don't know. They life. And then not until I was 39 did I get pregnant again. Because again, I said I'm not going to stress us out. We had to work on us. We had to be solid. And then my son just came along naturally. What a blessing. What a blessing. Wasn't looking for it, wasn't stressing out, was living life. And then life happened. Sometimes you just gotta live life. You're the elder. And elders are so important. Yeah. It is hard to have a place by yourself. It's hard. And I mean, it's so expensive. It's so expensive. I mean, even recently, the Section 8 list opened up. Hasn't been opened up in years, I think. Section 8 list opened up. I heard what, hundreds of thousands of people who applied. People are struggling. People are struggling. And they need help. And they're looking for help. Now, I know that some people do this with a much thinner brush or with a black ink, acrylic ink dropper, eyedropper, to make these patterns so that they're more squiggly and a little lighter. But I'm doing it with this just a thin tip brush. I have a smaller one or a similar one. Similar one. I probably could use a smaller one. I have a smaller one. I might try that. I keep it all together because of it. Yeah. I know what that life is like. tough, hard, hard, hard. Started life in the projects. Father started life in the projects. Parents started, mom started life in an abusive household. Lost her mother when she was, I want to say she had started school, so maybe she was 6. Maybe she was 6. She had started school, but her sibling had not. And she has a brother that's about a year and a half or 2 years behind her. Her next in line brother. Be right back. Yep. Her next in line brother, it must have been about 6. And, oh, I like what that's doing. Okay. Um,
I'm looking for someone sweet, but not too sweet. Just that
um, oh, my thing is playing a commercial. My music that's in the background. Sorry, guys. But, you know, again, life was, so that I actually get, that lose, parent, young. That's your stability. Some people lose a parent in a different way. The parent is just not able to give them what they need to get from them. You know, tough. Life is getting real too soon. But I grew up in the projects up until I was about 10. My mother was lucky. Um, Her mother's twin, you're back. Yep. My mother's twin had a twin brother, and he and his wife had lost several babies at different stages. And back in the day, okay, so now back in the day, what are we talking about? The 50s? The early 50s? And it was 4 of them. What would happen? Mom is dead. Dad is an abuser and a substance abuser and a abuser of mom. And thought to have contributed to mom's passing. So her brother, so my mom's uncle, her mother's twin brother, took them all in. That's not usual. What usually happens is one go to one and one go to the other and someone go to someone else and everybody wants the baby, but no one wants the eldest because they've seen things and been through things and got problems that you're going to have to solve and you're going to have to help them with. And everybody wants the baby because they think the baby is innocent. And it was a baby. So just imagine, it was 4 of them. Split them all up, yeah. And they took them all 4. Nope, keep them together. Keep them together. That's amazing. But life isn't guaranteed to do stuff like that for you. It's just not. That's a gift. Total gift. Um, we've gone all over the houses here, all around the houses in the conversation. Welcome to Phil Donahue. No, I guess I have to be more like um, Sarah Jessie Raphael. What was her name? You take it all the way back. I loved her glasses. Excuse me. Alright, so there was that. I don't know how I'm gonna bring some gold in there, but I feel like I want some gold. Maybe somewhere in the leaves. I loved her show too. I mean, it was. I mean, back in the day, I had to watch whatever my grandmother was watching. She was watching All My Children, and I was watching All My Children. And the continuing story of why can't these people get their fucking lives together? But anyway, it was General Hospital. Damn it, there goes Laura and Luke again, trying to figure themselves out. Is Timmy still in the well? A month later? He gonna get out the well yet? Dark Shadows. Hello. Dark Shadows. Ugh. Now what am I gonna do next? I said I wanted to try and figure out something with this gold. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I poured it. I want it. I don't know what's gonna happen with it. I don't know. Totally. I don't know what I want to do. Just getting some. Oh, that felt like a lot. Somewhere. So good and bad. Which makes it so good, right? It's so bad, it's good. So bad. I was in the car today, running around. We took my son out for breakfast to celebrate because the graduation was so late we couldn't go out to dinner after. We went to breakfast this morning, and I have my car set to on Sirius to 80s on 8, and I sang every song from forever ago, and it was just like, you know what, that is a testament to, I have a TV. We have a TV. There was one TV. There was one TV, and it's in the living room. I listened to my radio. I had this little mini cherry red boombox, and I loved it. Oh, I'm so happy that you're here to spend time with me. I love watching you when you're on and playing. Somehow, I always seem to be rushing to something, and I feel like I can't just sit and just um, talk crap with you. So that's what the gold is looking like. It's kind of hard to see it when it's not. I think it doesn't really show up on the. Um, I don't feel like it really shows up on the screen. Talk crap all day. Well, that's why whenever I'm listening at work, I have to put my headphones on because you people are salty. Salty. I mean, I enjoy the conversations, but it's like, my employer might not, especially since I work in a school. Might not. I wanted to just do that. Is it gonna do that, or is it gonna do something stupid? It's a little bigger than I want it to be, but alright. Stiggy. Yes, I'm here. Oh, you are spicy, especially when you have your little outfit on. Okay, so Elden Ring podcast is probably one of the few that threw out. um. All right. Now listen, Steggy. We need to talk. We need to talk. First, I did not know that. Oh God! I was like, oh God! I did not know that your stream was like 8 hours long. 8 hours long. Did you know that you streamed that long? It was okay. Again, so Captain, we were talking about how you was like had a stream, and it was like, how was this stream this long? So it was my pleasure, it was my honor for the second year in a row to. It was a good long time. It really was. Um, it was my pleasure and honor to donate towards Steggy and um, his raising money for brain was it brain cancer research. Please feel free to put it in the chat, Segi, and to watch you really take us on this journey and ride with you through practicing, through riding, and preparing and getting your stamina up for this event, and then to go and raise this money to support dementia research, which is my absolute pleasure to participate in. I do not have a family member who experienced that. Quite on the contrary, my family remembers way too much, way until being way old, and they could use forgetting some shit. But You know, it's like when you gonna let that go? My mother's still telling stories about me when I was like 6 years old. I should tell a story, but why should I tell it when she tells it so much to anyone who will listen? Um, but at any rate, I digress. It was a pleasure to watch you, and this was the second time watching you. Yeah, the stories, right? It was a pleasure watching you for the second year go across that finish line, and this year I was able to. Last year, just by chance, I was working that day, and I was literally, as you were going across the finish line and Dan was there and all of that, I was walking into work and I was like, yes, I got to see it. And this year I was off, so it was just so awesome. Tropical. It was so awesome to watch him, complete this goal and accomplish this thing that he had set his mind to, and to take his community with him in such a caring way and a thoughtful way and a supportive way. So just loved it. Congratulations, Steggy. Corn. Now, I did have to work when you had to do when you did the promise stream, thank you, I believe, Tropical, of you being in a French maid's dress and cleaning the house. I'm so sorry that that Beeks had to go and take care of other things, because I think that you needed one-on-one supervision, but Ghosty certainly made sure, as did the rest of your chat, that you stayed on point. Tropical. Hi, Corny. And that everyone made sure that you scrubbed under the rim, that you didn't scratch up her stuff. I only watched an hour and a half, 2 hours, and please no spoilers, because I'm gonna go back and watch some more. And actually, I'm going to watch it while I'm cleaning. So you can keep me company while you are cleaning. I will be cleaning. But the fishnets, very nice. I myself enjoy wearing a fishnet. It does depend on the size of the holes, whether it's a fine or very wide. You get a very different feeling and a very different effect. So I appreciate that you wore the fishnets, and I think that it's very hard to walk around in them barefoot, because they can be slippery. So that was very daring of you, very daring.
Oh, you're good?
Oh, hold on. I'm being asked about dinner. Why? What were you thinking?
Barbecue.
Yes. Hot dogs? Yes.
We got buns?
We got buns, hun. Hot dog buns? Mom might have some downstairs. Where were we? That is true. Also, Ghosty is a drill sergeant. I love it. Yes, they had to make sure you didn't use Beek's t-shirt to do the toilet. I did see that. No cheating in the cleaning, but I think that there should have been some service that went along with the cleaning. I mean, you were in the French maids. Get up. 1 second. All right, then I'm back. Well, sometimes, as you get older, the fishnets fit easier. It's not as much. I gotta roll it, and I gotta stretch it, and I gotta make sure it come all the way up. But mind you, when I met my husband, I didn't wear pantyhose. I only wore stockings because when we first met, I worked for Estee Lauder, and this is Estee Lauder in the days of you wear the white lab coat jacket dress, and they had a lot of rules. Your earring couldn't be bigger than a quarter. Your heels had to be at least an inch. There was a lot of rules to like what you wore, but and you had to wear stockings. Nowadays, women are not required to wear stockings, but back then they were required to wear stockings. And if you wear pantyhose, which is the whole thing, and you get a run, then it's shot, and I gotta buy a whole new pair. But when I wore stockings, or what men like to refer to as thigh-high stockings are stockings, then you can get a run and just change the one. Now, I wore them out of practicality, but it hurt. Listen, if you're gonna go fishing, right? Just saying. So, you remember those, right? My gosh. Now they're just for fun, but before it was function. It was function, honestly. Beaks is not. Hey, Beaksy. There was a practical part to it, but now you don't have to wear none of that crap. You just go free legging it. For those of you, I am not one of them, who are of the hairy leg persuasion, that means a lot more going to get your legs waxed, or get your legs shaved, or all of that, and it's not as easy, because you just put the stockings on and it would cover everything. Okay. Speaking of which, dinner time. Ding, 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 ding. I know the hubby and I were talking about what are we eating also. So enjoy dinner, and mwah, 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 mwah to the throuple. And hopefully I will not be around by the time you finish dinner, because I really came on for a quickie. And going to Queens and being pampered. I go to, what is that, European Wax Center. Again, something I did not start doing until I was 48, 50, 48, something like that. I mean, I can go my whole life and not shave my legs, and it still would look like I shaved my legs. I don't have any hair on my legs or my arms, or it's just, it's smooth sailing. Are you really the first to redeem first, an hour and 35 in? Funny. Of course you were first. It said so. It just told me you were first. Why isn't it now forever you are a pirate voice? Period. Point blank. Full stop. Pirate voice. I'm gonna have some water and some gold. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this gold, but darn it, I poured it and I'm not wasting it. I think that's one of the things that happens when you paint. You waste a lot of paint when you paint. Not that the paint costs but so much. I did learn that when I'm going off the edge, you want to go in one direction, because if you go in the other direction, then you will end up under the page, and you don't want to do that. So when going off the edge, in the one direction, off. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but we'll probably let that dry and see what's what. Off the edge, not the other way. Yeah, One Direction was overrated. I don't get the styles thing, but whatever. Not my generation. Not my generation. I don't know what I'm going to do with this either. So in the class that I've been watching, not really taking, but been watching, it talks about how to do these kind of doodly things, and then how to take them and scan them and then turn them into prints that you put on product. So at some point, once I have some things that I really like that I've completed, then we'll go through the scanning process and then the applying it to product process, which should be very interesting. Very interesting indeed. I cannot believe I've been on for an hour and 40 minutes. I honestly thought, oh, I'm going to go on for half an hour tops. And almost 2 hours later, I've talked about all manner of shit. Thank you, Captain. I really needed it. And we've covered a wide variety of Gen Z, you're wearing me out. I explained thoroughly my feelings about friendship, financial partnership, and a romance, which we could totally get into again at some other time. And the fact that The Bachelor just doesn't fucking work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work for anybody. It doesn't work for old. It doesn't work for young. You got to deal with one at a time. I mean, I love a Gen Z, but exhausting. You're freaking exhausting. And think that life should be fair. I don't know who told you that, but I'm here to let you know. Not true. Shall not be fair. Good luck with that. And the fact that you think you don't like labels, you label things all the time. Just saying. Just saying. Skibbity toilet. Skibbity toilet. No, I like the dots by themselves. I don't know what else I would do. Clean that guy off. Bachelor doesn't work because you, as a man, you need to focus on one at a time. I never got to the women part because I went on and on about on the man's side. You really need to focus on one person at a time, and you have to decide to yourself. When it gets hard, you have to really go through the hard, because the hard is where the learning is. The trouble, the blessing is in the troubled water. It's not in the calm sailing. So when shit's happening and you're like, I really and ready to murder you in your sleep. Don't sleep too deep, right? Then you're like, but I actually do like this person. All right, I'm gonna put up with this shit for a little bit more. And you just see how far it's gonna go, and what you can deal with. And once you've been through some things, and had to decide some things, and had to figure out what you're doing personally that does or does not disturb your peace, and makes you respect yourself or lose respect for yourself, then you can figure out how you feel about that person in a really true way and not an infatuation kind of way. And then you can decide, oh, well, I'm going to move on. Or, yeah, I'm going to take this further. Because what happens is, at some point, you take it further and further until you get to a point where, I'm in it. I mean, I'm in this. But you got to get to a point where, am I in this further or am I not? And The Bachelor, by its very nature, has one man and several women. And the minute I can't stand your crap, I'm going to move on to somebody else. And maybe I'll double back. And maybe I won't. But you're very influenced by situation and not by relying on tapping into, what do I really feel about this? How I really feel about this? Or because men are fantastic at compartmentalizing. You're going to put it in a place. I'm going to stick this here in this pocket, and I'm going to leave it there. I had a boss who used to say, it was women boys, not that it matters, but I'm going to qualify it. Female boss. And she used to say, we did sales together, and she was like, well, you put that client put them in the trunk. And when they knock on the trunk to get out, then go back to them. But if you don't hear back from them, you don't hear anything, leave them in the trunk. Don't worry about it. It's that kind of idea. Just put it on the side, and if something happens and we come back, we'll come back to it. If nothing happens, then don't worry about it, moving on. But with relationships, that's a tough way to go. That's a tough way to figure out you're going to do a relationship on The Bachelor, because quite frankly, you may not be back. You may not be back. And you don't have to be back. I'm going to try this a different way than how I did it before. I'm going to put some white down first. This is a bit of a experimental book where I'm going to just keep putting in some different, for those of you who've just come, I'm going to keep putting in some different things and some different designs until I see what I like, and I might go back and do some things that I like more than once, and then see if I can build that into a pattern that I want to scan and then put on some kind of product kind of thing. Okay, so then that catches you up with that. Now then, let's let that dry for a minute. When it comes to the women and relationships, this is what I think. It's not what I know. This is just what I think. I don't do relationships, nor do I play a relationship expert on TV. Okay, so there's my disclaimer. I don't do this for a living. Women in The Bachelor does not work because men are competitive and they do things to win, and that is a game, right? Men are binary, zeros and ones. There's first and there's loser. I don't care about second. There's first and there's loser. Loser. Built in the DNA. That's how you survive. That's how they get things done. The compartmentalizing and the winner and the rest of you scrubs. And in that, and just watch it. I mean, just watch it. and put that thought in your head. Here's the carrot. Some girl who the show is hyped up as being in control, and oh, look at all these men vying for me. Listen, we're not even gonna. I'm gonna leave Generation to enjoy. But here we are, and it's just like, okay, so I mean, even when you just have two men, it's like, I'm gonna try and outdo you something to show you he's nobody and I'm everything, and you need to choose me and don't choose him. And then you go, haha, I'm the winner, and then like dig the girl and be like, I don't even like her. I just did it so I could win and be on TV. And because if you think they're not financially compensated, that's, please, it does serve to the narcissism that's at play, but also some money, cause gotta live. So it doesn't work. And then I found it very interesting when they tried this whole, let me try it with old people. The fuck was the Golden Bachelor shit? That was painful to watch. Though watch it I did, not every day, because I have a life. And that wasn't it. That wasn't how I was going to spend my unrenewable resource called time. But I really liked the ending, because I wanted to see when he got down to a place where he actually needed to make some choices. Because before, there's a lot of, also in The Bachelor, there's a lot of people they put in who are clearly like there for the show. That, I need to have them start out with more than just 2 or 3 people. So let's throw some good on TV people to act a little the fool and give us like good television. And then further in, we'll get to maybe something that's a little more serious. If you end up in the end being together and lasting, you've beaten the odds. Quite frankly, you've beaten the odds. Because the odds were that crap wasn't going to work at all, because it's bullshit. It's a moneymaker. And good on you that you were able to beat the odds. But they are not ever in your favor. At all. But that's enough beating up on that show. Just take it with a grain of salt. It's enjoyable. There's a reason why you see some of them jumping over the fence to run away. And I'm like, I'm out. Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit, I'm out. So I thought this spot over here could use I like the starting with the white first. So I like the white and then go back to the pink. At some point I'm going to come up with a technique that's really speaking to me. But I like the white. I like the white base. I want to make sure I'm even though flowers are not they're not perfect, so for these to be perfect would be reaching for something that you really don't want. I'm enjoying making these. Okay, so then now, as we're doing this in this, and when they dry down, it dries down to a nice little duller, you see, like it's darkening over here as it's drying down. See, here it went straight on the paper. Here it went on the white. So it's brighter here in the center and darker as I'm going out. But I like that. I like that a lot. I like that. Now I'm going back with some. That brightens up a little bit because it's paint on the paint. Let's see what that ends up looking like. I mean, I'm not paying attention to, oh, the light is coming from this direction, and as the light comes from this direction, it's brighter on this side. And I'm not doing that right now. This is just some straight up experimentation. And nice, thick, rough paper. And a fat brush, nothing that even resembles technique. Maybe there's some technique somewhere. I couldn't speak to it. But Captain, if you're still around, are you still trying to or thinking of moving back to New York City proper? I mean, the city. Oh, have you been lately? It feels very 80s. I don't know how to explain it any other way, but what's going on in the city right now is making me feel like this is like my teenage years. It's feeling so 80s in New York right now. It's so weird. To explain it is difficult. I have not seen people walk up to your car as you are stopped at a red light and panhandle or just ask for money, not even try and sell you stuff, but just ask for money like this, so blatantly, and so many in many decades. I have not. I mean, it speaks to how desperate people are at the moment and how situations are, how much resources people need. I think including mental resources and support, housing. Housing has always been a thing. I mean, we're in New York City. Though it is beautiful, it is expensive. It is expensive. And we are unlike other countries, America, where you do not have to be a citizen here to buy property. Like, foreigners own part of your country, and I really feel like that shouldn't be, but it is. So it's very odd. I don't know. I find it odd. But Manhattan is just becoming a very expensive and difficult place to live. And when I was a younger person, we were encouraged to do a lot of things, but to buy property was not one of them. And I grew up in Harlem, where there were many parts of Harlem that clearly, obviously, was owned by someone, but those people chose not to develop, not to create housing, and they chose to just board up places and what was termed warehouse. They warehoused property. So not only was there, as places were no longer available, not only did they not become something else, but you had blocks that were kind of, I don't know if desolate is the word to say, but they were just like, it was like dead zones. And it's very weird to be in a city and you have these, that white should have gone out further, because it really like pops it so differently. Here I went back in and put some white, there not as much, here more, there a little. I really like the way what this white is doing in here. Okay, back to running my mouth. So they warehoused a lot of property, and then decades later came in and then developed like a block, and the people who were in the neighborhood could not afford to live in the neighborhood that they were already in. And that was not done by chance or accident. That was done purposefully. And it's a shame. I really would like that to, I'll fix that with some black. Happy accidents, happy accidents. It's very Bob Ross at the moment. So you just had all of these properties that were so warehoused and so underdeveloped, and then all of a sudden you had either buildings that went up or businesses that came in, businesses that were not, like, they didn't rent or try to develop anybody local. They did not loan money to minority businesses, which is why the city had to actually develop a program for minority businesses. In the 80s, in the early 90s, we could not open up a business in our own neighborhoods, but you found a lot of people who were of other ethnicities that were able to secure monies and open up businesses within these neighborhoods. And what you do when you do that is, A, you create animosity between those two different groups. Please believe me, that's not done by accident. That's on purpose. That's on purpose. And the other thing that happens is the money doesn't stay in the neighborhood. So what do I mean? Where I live right now, I get paid. I'm here in my home. I own my house. So I don't worry about, and then someone who lives in Connecticut or in New Jersey or in somewhere completely different owns my apartment, and when I spend that money on my rent, it goes back out of my neighborhood. I'm right here. The guy who we got our loan from is at the bank that's right here, walking distance from my apartment. So that person got paid, and he lives in the neighborhood. I know because our kids went to elementary school together, middle school together. So I know when he gets paid, his money again gets spent. So that money that he earned from, I earned and spent, he earned from that and spent in the neighborhood. So 3-4 times that money has flipped over. Some of that money went to the supermarket that's right here in our neighborhood. So again, and some of my neighbors who work in that supermarket got paid from that money that came from that guy who got paid from the mortgage he helped me get that from the, right? So then the restaurant that's right here, I go to get my, I'm just going to, as an example, my Chinese food. That restaurant that has been here for the 26 years that I've lived here, and I've watched their kids grow up here, and their kids went to school. They're not the same age as my son, but the same schools. So I know that when I went to go buy food from this restaurant, from these people who are local and live here, and then the money that they spent went to the guy at the bank to help them get their apartment, or went to the optometrist who is an independent and not a part of a larger organization, or didn't go to Target for my whatever, or the bigger places for prescriptions. I got it right here. The optometrist who is right here, and not that I went to Walmart, optometry. I'm not downing any of those places, but when I spend there, the money leaves my neighborhood. But when I spend here, the money stays in my neighborhood. So now when you go to a neighborhood that has no restaurants owned by people who live in the neighborhood, you don't have a decent supermarket in your neighborhood, you don't have restaurants that are in your neighborhood, then when you spend your money at these places, your money leaves your neighborhood, and it makes a difference. It makes a difference in how I miss a C-town. I love a C-town, but that's an independent supermarket. Someone, opens up an independent supermarket. Now you have a lot of food deserts. A lot of food deserts. There used to be a huge supermarket, and I think it was run by one of the big churches, one of the big old churches here in Harlem, on 125th Street, down on Lexington Avenue, on the corner, 125th Street, Lexington Avenue. Used to be a huge supermarket. That supermarket closed. Not only did that supermarket close, but another one wasn't coming in its place, because the owners of the property just totally, that one. They totally demolished that whole building, that whole block. It's a huge block. They demolished that building on that whole block, and nothing came up. Demolished, now empty lot with borders around it. So not only is it empty, but it looks bad. So you don't have to. It takes away some pride you have in your neighborhood. It takes away, I can go walking to go get some fresh food, to fresh produce, or I have a supermarket that's large enough that it's going to get good prices. It's not I love a bodega for what it is and what it does, how you support the people who own it. Love it, love it, love it. But sometimes you need a large supermarket so that you get a competitive price and a good turnover of food, because food has to turn over. Doesn't last forever. What were you saying, Robin? It's way cheaper for you to order groceries than to buy them in your neighborhood. Yeah, and it happens because, when you don't have a good selection you don't have a supermarket that can pull a good selection and pull a good price and get competitive pricing, can't do it. It's like the people suffer. The people suffer. And then and what happens is the people blame whoever's there for their suffering, which is not true. It's not true. They're making their way the way you're making your way. I don't know what happened there. I made something weird. I'm going to see if I can fix that. I don't know what I did there. See, it was always on the corner. On the corner. I mean that in a Church's Fried Chicken. Love the Church's Fried Chicken. I don't know. Economics with Butters. Serving the people. Something they don't teach in middle school and that I learned in middle school? Economics. They don't do that. How dare you know how crap works, what's happening, how it happens, why it happens. Don't want you to know why you feel, they tell you you're struggling and then they blame it on whatever group. And the honest truth is life is just lifing, because life is hard. What was your favorite class? Art? Was oh no, economics. Economics is your favorite class? I loved economics. I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting to know why things, why markets behave, or why how money works. You know, because money works in specific ways. I don't know that one. This one, I wish I had the eyedropper because you would get more natural kind of lines with the black. I'm not loving this one. It's feeling more cabbagey, but I do love that white before I get started because this paper is so brown. I think it has a dulling effect, and this kind of answers the dulling effect. You doing all right, Joe? Okay. My boy is shy when I'm on the... Ooh, that really went wide, didn't it? When I'm on the... When I'm streaming and he comes by, he doesn't talk. It's okay. It's okay. Alright, so not quite as nice as these. But we're just trying things out here. I can't believe I've been on for 2 hours just like that. Time just really flies. Time flies when you're doodling with paint. Very different than doodling with pencils or markers, or, you know, because no erasing. So much like life, you gotta just get on with it. Get on with it. I don't know what I would put here. What would you put over here? Feels like it needs something. Stripes, dots. I don't know. Oh, see, again, I would like that other brush. I really like that fat brush. It, I don't know, it behaves in ways that I like. As long as you can keep the point of it pointy, it does like a thing where you can point and then flatten and point again, right? So it's a point, flatten, and that's a pressure thing I'm not good at yet. Get like a flower thing happening. Oh, well, thank you. You've seen the beginning and now you're seeing towards the end there. There you go. It's something. my little attempt at trying to be artistic. With the gold, I think, and have to go back and fill this in, because the gold is very the other paper would take up the ink, but this, with the gold down, it doesn't, it blocks it. So though I like it, maybe it's one of those things I wouldn't let it dry, just let it dry all the way, because then you don't get the effect you're looking for. Well, thank you. Maybe if it's more of a like pat down my daisies. Are there pink daisies? Well, we live in a pretend world, so let's pretend. There's some that go off the page there. Somewhere in all that. The daisies be daisying. And as the lady I watch from my class says, they don't have to all be the same size, because in nature they're not all the same size. So there you have it. I think this is the clip that's keeping my paper in place, but I'm going to do something up there. I can't get to it because it's in the way. Sometimes they're touching because, again, in nature we have some crossover. Well, I'm getting towards the end here. It's been fun. I've avoided responsibility and got to catch up, which I was way overdue and I love. I look forward to everybody's stream. I am a big lurker, so just please know I appreciate you all, and that I am around. I'm around. even if I'm not chatting, even if I'm not being my usual smart ass self, and I'm not engaging, I really appreciate that you take time out and still, because life started again. A lot of us met when life was on pause, and life has started again, and this has become something not that we have time for, but that we make time for. And I appreciate that you make time for it, and hope that you feel as honored as you are, because you really are. It's tough to put yourself out there and put what may be happening in the moment, or you don't even expect to happen once you hit that button to start streaming, and then shit happens and you'd like it to stop happening and shitting on you, but we're there for you, and I gotta find a way. I feel like that needs a weight so it doesn't, right? Anyway, here for you and enjoying what you do and appreciating you, because like I was saying earlier, I had never experienced anxiety until after I started going through menopause, and then crazy. It's like I don't know myself. I don't know. It's like I'm in a strange body that I have not been operating for these 50 years, and then all of a sudden it was, the fuck? Hormones is a thing, and it is helpful, and I would like them back. But I'm done with most of them, or the version that I'm used to, or whatever. I don't know. Yes, please stay cool out there. I know a lot of us are experiencing oh yes, I hope you enjoy the beautiful picture. Thank you, Captain. I hope that you're staying cool. Please check on your elderly. and make sure that they are doing all right. I find with my own elderly here in the house, I feel like I run my own private nursing home, that they will not turn the AC on even when they have it. Don't know what the hell that is. And that they're drinking enough water. And what happens is sometimes because it's effort to move around, they don't want to drink a lot of water because then they have to get up and go to the bathroom. Or sometimes if they have issues with having to, it's like a mobility thing, not even necessarily a can't go or whatever bathroom thing. It's like, so then they will drink less and they really need to drink more. So please check on them and make sure that because this heat wave is going to last a while. I mean, I think everybody just is experiencing wild weather, fires, and all kinds of storms. Oh, that one doesn't get a dot because it's all the way over there. Do I put anything else other than the dots? I don't know. The daisies are cute. I feel like I could put flowers in there and there and there. Like I could go back again in between. Well, some of them could flower more. You do not have any elderly. Well, getting old is a blessing. And I'm sure that, and I wish you all that blessing, because I have many who did not even make it to like 40, and that's way too young. It's way too young. You know, I hope to live long enough to wear out my parts, wear them all out. Maybe even get some new ones. But thank you for hanging out. Yes, Noodles, we have to meet up again. Get a hold of Dan, and you know, whoever we can get into New York and meet up again. I love that food place we went to. I had never gone, as much as I've been in New York, I had never gone there before, and I really would like to go again. I mean, you exposed me to something new, and I am a lifelong New Yorker. But maybe something with air conditioning and no sun. You'll be down in September. Yes. Hopefully after the kids go back to school, because then I'll have some, well, on the one hand, I'll have a break. On the other hand, you know, every time I try and stop a stream and keep going, because I'm like, oh, I could add, maybe I should, as a juxtaposition, add some dots here. On the one hand, my little dude is starting in high school. Oh my God, I can't believe it. And on the other hand, my miracle baby. On the other hand, high school kids are starting school, and oh, what a handful. I don't deal with them, I deal with their parents. Oh, what a handful. I am about to be the handful that I deal with, which is going to be very interesting, because somehow once I'm dealing with my own counterpart in my son's school, I don't care about what you have to do for work. I only care about what you have to do for my kid. Get it done. Don't make me act like a crazy mama, because I'm good for that. And I don't mind being called a helicopter mom, because Black Hawk right here, that is my whole responsibility until I launch a whole person off into the world. And then after that, he can tell his therapist anything he wants, but I gave you a full launching. I gave you a full launching. Okay, the dots are interesting. I don't know how I feel about them, but it filled up some blank space. Not for nothing. Alright. That's it. I think it's complete. I hope you liked it. I've got to sit and let it dry. This is not the first time I tried that. I had a version that I did. I had a version that I did before, which is right here, which I did on a different scale. It had a different feeling. So this was like an attempt to do it again, and then I have this, which was more of a little bit of a play on that daisy that I did on this gold side. Didn't really finish it up, but all of these are just experiments until I see what I like and go ahead and move on to the next thing where we're scanning. But okay, I would, if I could, send you to someone else, but I'm on my phone and I couldn't get my tablet to load up the way I... Oh, wait a minute. It's been charging for 2 hours. Awesome. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. I love my awesome tech people because they teach me how to do things and to think in ways I don't think. But now it's like it's loading on. Whoop, whoop. And it's doing all kinds of things because it's swirly, swirly, twirly, swirly, swirly. Boy, I should get some cleaner on that. Oh, and I'm getting notifications. Hello. You're alright, aren't you? Boy, never let your stuff go completely dead. Or are you supposed to let your stuff go completely dead? I never know. Like, if that's a terrible thing or a great thing. And then you can fully charge your battery to see what to I don't know. Like, your battery should be fully charged and not charging it to like a weird level, and then since it's charged to...
Want me to cook them now?
Yes, please. Charge into...
I started the barbecue.
Okay.
But he didn't seem interested.
Okay.
I'll cook 4.
Yes. We're having hot dogs, so we gotta get that going together. Yep, that's fine.
Natural casing.
With Sabrett's natural casing hot dogs, everyone. And very important that you have the right ones. I just wanted to see if anyone... Oh, look. I mean, I love a good just chatting. And it looks like another person is doing some just chatting that I absolutely love. So, let's see if I can do... trying to be fancy. I don't know why I think I'm fancy. Why do I think I'm fancy, people? When I know I'm not. When I know I'm not. Just know I'm not. So interesting. Let's all of a sudden stop talking. Let's go. Hey, Ramen, you still around? Is Chuck on? Ooh. Is it possible that you could rate us out to him? He's in just chatting, but he's doing Beat Saber. I love it. Oh, I have you as a... Oh, I thought since you were a mod, you could. Oh. Did he do it? Did he do it? Ugh. Ah, see? Again, I have to figure out stuff. ACC NTR ICU HUCK. I might as well practice. See if that did it. Did that do it? Oh, that did it. Okay. There we go. I love you, Mises to pieces. Now, do I have to do something else when it does that? Still trying to figure out stuff. I mean, I'm right there. I'm with you. I am so with you. Please. Thank you, thank you, thank you all. Now I have to see how because I'm in channel and I'm in, it should go. Why doesn't it go? I tell you, because I should be in my stream manager and it's counting down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.